All right, team, turns!
This is unbelievable.
Hey, you know something? I'm gonna tell you something. This is what it's all about. We eat, fish eat.
Look at the mouth on that.
Larry Smith Outdoors is brought to you in part by the Badger Sportsman, Big Snow Resort, Wilderness North Lodge, Jiffy, Hard and Soft Fishing, Bartline Barrels, Cold Snap, Deep Freeze, Otter, Kamick Law Firm, Lynch of McGuanago, and Wings Over Wisconsin. And remember, it's a great day to be alive.
I knew I should have brought my oh, there we go. I knew I should have brought my glasses. Gosh, I can't believe how bad my eyes are getting. You know what's funny? The other day I looked in the mirror and I'm like, who is that in the mirror? I certainly don't, I don't feel as old as I look, I can tell you that much. There we go. Oh, that fish just slammed it. What we're doing today, ooh, hang on. Ooh, that's a nice fish. What we're doing today is we're up on the Wolf here. I've got some clients coming up that want to fish up here, and there's so much current that we come up here with our snowmobiles. That's the kind of the nice part about a snowmobile versus the ATV, is that when you're checking ice conditions, it's amazing how much water a snowmobile will go across. Not saying that I want you to try it, but it'll go across a lot more than a four-wheeler. But so far we checked the river coming all the way down, and the ice conditions are pretty darn good. It's hard to believe. We got about 10 to 12 inches of ice on this part of the river. We found 2 spots that had about 3 inches on it that we got to cross up a little farther, but otherwise, you know, there's a lot of fish in the river this year because this winter, because of all the current that we had flowing all fall and into the early winter. So there's a nice little fish to start off with. You know, the thing to this is to be able to get that jig to drift downstream and just pop it and hold it, pop it and hold it. There's one, yep. I tell you, you know, I love river fishing. I've always been a river person, for sure. Oh, come on. Nice walleye. And that one, I just let him hold it, you know. And I'll tell you, you know, the key to this is having a good rod. And what I'm using is this 30-inch carbon fiber rod by Beaver Dam. It's a great rod for this river fishing up here. And I've got some super braid on there. Then I've got a fluorocarbon leader. And this water is starting to clear up quite a bit. So it's not a bad idea to have that fluorocarbon leader on there in a decent swivel. So when you're pumping that jig like that and you're trying to get it to achieve to drift down river, and that's what you're doing. Remember, just when you want to, all of a sudden you'll find that spot, that sweet spot, and the jig will hit there, and if you don't catch anything, all you got to do is flip it a little harder, let a little line out, and you'll actually get that jig to jump down river a little bit farther and work that spot. Same thing, nothing, jump it down a little bit farther. Catching walleyes on the river, nothing finer. All right, Lancey. You know, Lance, you know what? Oh, there you go. Nice fish, I'll tell you. This is not a bad day today. We get to fish a little bit ourselves and do some scouting, make sure the river's safe for bringing clients up here and fishing for the next couple of weeks. But no, this is a fun way to fish, isn't it? Nice fish.
And it is. You kind of got me out of my norm, though. I like fishing with the Vexar and being able to react to the fish.
Yeah, well, it's all feel here. I'll tell you, that's the nice part about it, you know.
Fun way, change of pace.
It is. It's always nice to do something a little bit different.
And some beautiful looking fish.
Hey Lance, what are you doing out there? Coloring the snow yellow? Oh, that's too bad. I think Lance is preoccupied. Well, there we go. You know, again, we're only going to catch a couple more fish here and move on because we're just basically up here scouting for these spots. But, you know, if somebody wants to come out and enjoy some really good river fishing, this is going to be good right till we get some real warm weather. That is a key thing, though. Once you get 3 or 4 really warm days, there's not an overabundance of ice this year, obviously, because of how mild our winter has been. But you really got to watch these conditions on the river. There's a lot of current. I know they got all the gates through the valley wide open, so it can deteriorate really day to day. So, I mean, that's the key thing. Safety is always everything. We always have our nebuluses, our ropes, our spikes, which I got right here. You know, again, being safe is what it's all about, and having fun and enjoying the outdoors. You know, I know some people are fortunate enough to get to live in a $1 million house, but I'll tell you something. I wouldn't trade this right here, jigging for walleyes, eating chili. Life doesn't get any better. Here we go. You know, I love this, fishing out of this otter too. Nice and warm in here, out of that wind. Lance, oh, this feels like a minute. Oh, there's a nice fish. That's a real nice fish. You know, that's a perfect Winnebago fish right there. And again, all I'm doing is getting that bottom contact, lifting, getting it moving down river, and all of a sudden they just pick right up on it. And when the key is, when they do grab it, is I let them hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. And it seems like a long time, and it is, especially for a guy like me that doesn't have any patience. But I miss so many of them by not giving them enough time. So I'm giving them 10 to 15 seconds and just holding the rod still. I can feel them swinging on it and then setting the hook. Awesome. Hey, Lance, it's time to leave. Let's get out of here. We caught 5 fish between us two. That's plenty. We're not here to take too many fish, just a few to eat, and get ready for our clients the next couple days fishing up on the river here. Hey, you know, stay tuned. Let's see what happens on our guiding day coming up, and see if the fishing's hopefully is good. I'm Larry Smith, and enjoy our show.
Badger Sportsman Magazine, the premier outdoor magazine, published in Oshkosh and written by Wisconsin sportsmen for Wisconsin sportsmen. Get the most out of your time in the woods or on the water. Subscribe to Badger Sportsman Magazine today.
Hey folks, the Badger Sportsman Magazine wants to see you having fun out in the outdoors, and all you have to do to have a chance of winning a brand new propane Pro 4 auger like this is to submit a picture of you having fun out in the outdoors. Go to badgersportsman.com.
The new Beaver Dam Titanium Tip Stick is the first ice rod with a built-in extendable titanium spring bobber, making it the most versatile ice rod ever. Extend the bobber for ultralight panfish jigging, or retract it for game fish or when it's time for travel. It even has a built-in rattling handle to attract fish. It took a while to come up with an ice rod worthy of the Beaver Dam name, but when we did, boy, we nailed it.
At Jiffy, we pride ourselves at being #1 in developing the best propane drills on the ice. It's why our engineers have worked side by side with anglers for 65 years running. All built and tested right here in the US of A. Patented proven performance is Jiffy's vision for the future, and from where we stand, the future looks pretty darn sweet. Jiffy, we put the world on ice.
Proving yet again that the best never rest, Otter introduces Otter Thermal Tech, the proprietary full thermal shelf found on every 2015 Otter shelter. Beginning with the all-new XT-H hub shelters and the all-new lightweight one-man XT hideout, on up to the ever-popular XT and XT Pro Series shelters that have earned a near-legendary reputation for unmatched toughness and durability. At Otter, we know stopping at good enough is way overrated. This ice season, see for yourself how the best just keep getting better.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors. Hey, this week we're up on the Wolf River fishing, and the reason we're up on the Wolf is that this fall we had a tremendous amount of rain, which creates a ton of current, and I always say this, current is a magnetic force. And we've been out on the lake fishing. The fishing's been pretty decent out there now too, but we're not seeing a lot of bigger walleyes. So I came up here the other day on my snowmobile and we did some scouting, and there's a lot of walleyes in this river, in which I thought there would be. And it's typical when you have a fall, when you have a lot of current, that a lot of fish will migrate out of the bottom part of our system and move up into the rivers here, the fox and the wolf. And what we're basically doing here is we're going to be long lining jigs. What we're going to be using here today, I've got the Beaver Dam 30-inch carbon fiber, and it's a perfect rod, and I'm using a 3/8 ounce jig. I'm using super braid on here. I've got a mono leader on here, about 1.5 feet, which is plenty just to take the twist out of the line too. And basically I'm going to be using a shiner, and emerald shiners are native to this system, so that's what I'm going to be using. And what I like to do is I like to get the hook placement as far back into the head as I can, and that's how I'm hooking that minnow, so I can get it way back in there. And what you're doing is the current, you're letting your jig move downstream, and when you want it, it'll get to a certain point and it'll flatten right out. It'll stay in that spot, so when you bring it back, it'll slide back every time. And if you want it to move a little bit, to get down a couple more feet, all you got to do is lift it real high and the current will sweep it down, and then you can work another pocket. So, and if that doesn't work, then we just jump to another hole. What I do is I've got the guys set up on the flat up there. Right away in the morning, they're fishing 6 to 8 feet of water, and then as the morning progresses, we're going to be moving down into about 22 feet of water into the big hole here. So, hey, stay tuned. Let's see what happens this week on Larry Smith Outdoors.
In the mornings, it's always a mad dash to get everything set before everybody gets here. With all the equipment. One thing about ice fishing, it's not like a boat. You got a lot of equipment that you're hauling around all the time, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love the go, go, go part of it. Yep, that's about perfect current right there. Perfect. Here we go. I felt that one pick it up. There we go. You know what? Not a huge walleye, but a good eating size walleye. It's kind of like the fish we were catching out on the lake out there. But I was up here the other day, and I know there's some real nice ones up here. I had a few that were up into that 18-inch range. So, hey, you know something? That one I'm going to actually keep myself. Nice job. On the board. Got one? Is it a good fish? Yeah. All right, nice job. Keep reeling, get him through. You got the hot hand. Lance is gonna take that jig away from you pretty soon, I'll tell you that. Get him. Oh, nice save. Now that's, hold that one up. That's a fisherman. Did you see him dive for that? That, hey, you get the prize today for sure. Here we go. You know, I tell you, the key is I just, ooh, it feels like a little better fish. I just kind of keep moving. There we go. You know, nothing real big yet. You know, good 13, 14 inches, perfect eating size. But, you know, I think the key to this river fishing is basically, one thing is to really be safe. We got our nebuluses with us, you know, always carry spikes. I got mine right here on me, and, you know, a throw cushion. But when you're fishing a river system like this, as you can see, like right here, so you can just see where there's hardly any snow right there. There's only about a 1/4 inch of ice on there. So you got to really, if anybody's going to venture up here on the river to fish this, always fish with somebody. Always make sure you got safety equipment with you in case something happens, because you're not going to get a second chance. But on the flip side of it is that if you know what you're doing and you're careful, it's a great way on years like this, when you have a lot of high water in numbers of walleyes that are in here like they are now, it's a great place to come and enjoy some good river fishing. And we're fishing between New London and Fremont. All the bait shops have got great bait. Johnny's and Ma's. Them are the two bait shops that we use when we come up on this system to fish it and enjoy it. You know, it's a great way. Perfect eater. Dougie, another one? Holy man. Hey Doug, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe you should start starting your own classes, how to jig on the river, walleye fishing for the rest of the gang.
That sounds like a good idea.
Right? I mean, charge them 20 bucks a guy.
Yeah, I probably will.
Right, that's good. You know, I want a percentage of that, buddy, okay?
Not a problem.
Not a problem, that's good. There we go, boys. What is that? Hey, come on now. Hey, what do you got going over here?
I think it's a walleye. It could be a walleye.
Yeah, well, that's something
a
big.
really, really big one.
Something big. I would just back reel on it too. Let's see if we can get this up and see if we can get a look at it once.
Big Snow Resorts, your destination for winter family fun in the north. Enjoy 2 resorts on 1 ticket. With over 400 skiable acres, it's the largest ski experience in the Midwest. Full-service resorts offering pro shop service, hotel, chalet, and trailside condo lodging, 6 dining facilities, 4 bars, and with weekly special events, exceptional fun for everyone. For details, please call or visit BigSnowResorts.com today.
With ice fishing just around the corner, it's time to gear up. Check out the new Pro Skimmer by Deep Freeze. Offered in 6-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch models. The fastest ice skimmer on the market. And once you're ready for those tip-ups, don't forget about Blue Tips, the first tip-up alert system sent straight to your smartphone. Free app available on Android and iOS. Check out these and other products at deepfreezefishing.com or any of your favorite retailers.
If you want a tip-up that lasts, nothing beats a beaver dam. With over 50 years of American craftsmanship in every one. From our classic tip-up to round models, to the new beaver bucket station or bracket. We're your partner on the ice that's never had a meltdown, even if your buddies do.
Oh, look at that fish! Oh my gosh! Holy cow,
Take him, it's yours, baby.
Look at that fish!
All right. Hey, didn't you just miss one?
Yeah.
Looks like a little
I
better
got this
fish.
one.
You guys just caught that sturgeon too when I was downriver. Is it? It's not a sturgeon again.
No, it's not a sturgeon.
Oh, there you go. Hey, there you go. That's a nicer fish right there. You know, that's a typical good walleye for this Winnebago system. About 14 inches, real thick across the back. What were you doing? Just pounding that bottom again?
Yeah, lightly off the bottom, not real far up, 4 to 6 inches.
Okay, you know,
but very subtle.
A little earlier, we were probably lifting it a lot more, about 1.5 foot up and letting it come down. And now, you know, definitely we're into what it's got to be about 10, 30, 11. the fish are starting to come off the flats now in a little bit deeper water now too. So, all right, good job. Let's catch some more. Nice job. Very nice. You know, when I'm fishing the river like this and heavy current like this, I usually have my back facing down current and I'm pulling forward. It's just a lot easier. And I usually try to drill the hole at a little bit of an angle, kind of a 45 facing down river. It's another key. And again, using the super braid is nice because it gives you a lot more sensitivity. Plus it cuts that current a lot better. But what I'll do is I'll just jig it. I'll bring it up off the bottom, maybe about 6 inches to a foot, foot and a half. And then other times I'll change up my jigging and I'll kind of just sit there right above bottom and just flutter it, flutter it, flutter it, flutter it like that, and just stop, nothing, flutter it, flutter it. And I'll usually do this when I'm working my way back upriver. Now, to be able to get that jig to slide down, you can watch my rod tip. What I'll do is I'll lift it way up like this and open the bail up, and I'll actually get the jig. I can usually get it to move at least 15 to 20 feet down past the point where I was stalling at before. So I'll just lift it up again, with some line out, and that current will sweep that jig. See how I'm moving that jig down river? That's a good way if you want to achieve to try to get down past the point that you were fishing earlier. You know, because all of a sudden if you catch a couple fish right here and then all of a sudden it dries up, instead of drilling another hole, I can actually just, what it's called is long lining. You're long lining that jig, and actually what you're trying to do is get that jig to roll in the current, and you'll gain about a foot, foot and a half every time you flip it up if you have the bail open.
Oh, there he is! Oh. Ooh, he was right at the top.
There we go. This is a better walleye for sure here. Definitely a better walleye. Come on, fish. Carbon fiber. Oh no! That is the ugliest looking walleye I've ever seen. That is an eel pout right there. It's not that big a one, but look how dark he is. You know, I've only caught a couple of eel pout in the river here. They're one of the first fish that spawn, and right now this time of year, like on Winnebago and any other lakes that have them, they come right up on the shallow reefs and spawn. They're pretty unique, and I'll tell you, you know, I'm sure you've heard of them enough times, but they're absolutely delicious. You know, it's part of the cod family. This is kind of a small guy. We'll let him go, boy, but he really is dark. A lot of times, like on the lake, the fish are a lot lighter brown, but pretty cool, and usually a lot bigger and bigger bellies. All right. Back down. Got him?
We got one.
Just jumping from hole to hole.
All
you know
right,
what?
man.
Now it seems like these fish move shallow again. Well, you got a lot of line out again, huh? It's not a bad fish. All right. Nice job. You know, we haven't really seen a lot of, you know, that's about a 13-incher there, good stocky little fish, maybe 14. If it was mine, it'd be 15. But anyways, you know, we haven't seen a lot of really nice fish today, which again, I was kind of topping on yesterday, talking about earlier, is that I was just up here last week by myself, made a run on the snowmobile to make sure everything was safe and stuff, and I caught quite a few nice 16, a couple of 18-inchers. So, you know what? They're still here. Let's fish for them.
Let's get some more.
Come on, keep her moving. Hey, we got a little break in the action. How about we check out and see what our buddy Shotgun Schaefer's got cooking this week?
Thanks, Larry. This week on Larry Smith Outdoors, we are cooking up wild turkey burgers. This is the easiest recipe I have ever come up with, and it's delicious, and I can't keep them on the tables at home. So I have 80% wild turkey, 20% pork. Got to mix it together a little bit. I already have sauteed onions, orange, red, and yellow peppers in here. Mincely diced so they get loose, but you gotta let them cool down, folks, before you put them in. You don't want them hot when you mix them in your meat. I'm gonna make it a slider size. That way it cooks in my George Foreman faster, you know. And it seems like it goes over better with the family. The smaller the burger, the easier it is to eat, and the more they want. You keep coming back for more. Let's throw in the George Foreman and see how she turns out. Listen to that sizzle. Is that awesome or what? Close it up. I would have to say anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes in the George Foreman. Let's see the finished product here. I am Steve Schaefer, the Shotgun Chef. And here's our finished product. Look at that turkey burger. Pepper jack cheese. Can't go without it. Little lettuce. Steve Schaefer, Shotgun Chef. This sandwich here, I can't keep it on the table again on a Sunday with the kids and the family, my buddies. I got buddies stealing these things out of my refrigerator because they're that good. Take it back, Larry.
Welcome to Larry Smith Outdoors Ice Fishing, a full-service guiding ice fishing adventure. We supply all the equipment and provide a hot meal out on the ice. You just need to arrive with a Wisconsin fishing license and get ready to catch fish and have a great experience. We guide 7 days a week, are fully insured, use the latest tested tough gear, and will work harder than anyone to put you on fish. To book a trip, please call 920-361-4996.
My luck has been the last 2 hours, I'm taking full advantage of having my rod bent over. No complaint on that. Sturgeon or no sturgeon, walleye or no walleye. Got him? Got him, Lance. Lance Hill!
Man, do they have some muscle.
They are they're such a cool fish, I'll tell you that. Gotta love it. Hey, you know what? We had a great day up here on the Wolf River. It wasn't quite what I expected as far as size fish. We caught quite a few, caught a bunch of sturgeon. We had one hot hand here on the walleyes and another hot hand on the sturgeon. But hey, thanks for joining us here at Larry Smith Outdoors. And just remember, it's a great day to be alive. Holy slush buckets. I'm gonna stay the hell out of there.
Hey, how's that chili?
I don't know, I haven't tried it yet.
Ooh.
Well, it's hot. That's how the chili is. Oh.
You're supposed to let it cool off first.